Hi everybody, it's Dara, and today we are going to make a raw dessert because contrary to some belief systems, raw food is boring or depressing or deprivation, and I am here to tell you that raw food is about celebration. It's about celebrating the most gorgeous fruits, vegetables, produce that we can use and turn into treats for ourselves. So a raw food diet is going to alkalize us if we eat enough greens. A raw food diet is going to help us to feel vitality, look younger, get to our optimal weight, prevent disease. That's a huge one. We don't want to end up in doctor's offices and on pharmaceuticals and in hospitals. We want to stay healthy, and it's possible to stay healthy. It really is, and pain-free. And if for those of you who want to maintain your beauty, this is a really good way to do it. So in order to, I think, sustain a raw food lifestyle, because it's a whole lifestyle. It's the food you eat, it's procuring the food you eat, it's the thoughts you have around food and around life, it's decluttering, it's moving your body, it's all of that. And in order to sustain it, I'd love to have healthy, beautiful treats, like the one we're about to make, which is coconut macaroons. And I think I'm gonna make them, you never know till I start, but I'm definitely going to make them vanilla flavored. They could be vanilla rose. You can do so many things with the flavoring, but I have my rose flavor out. The ingredients are coconut flakes, almond flour, which I got mine from Divine Organics, and you can use as a sweetener either maple syrup, which is not raw, but it's vegan. You can use coconut paste, which I also got, coconut sugar. This is like a paste from Divine Organics. You can use honey, you can use yacon syrups and stevia if you want to keep it low glycemic. I have my maple syrup out. Maybe I'll use the coconut sugar. And coconut oil, a pinch of salt, and that's going to make us, in the ground vanilla bean, that's going to make us some beautiful macaroons. And all we need as tool is our food processor. And I have some surprises in store, which I may decide to use, but I'm going to tell you about them anyway because it's important to know about rhodiola. Rhodiola is a plant that grows in high desert or cold, barren places, and rhodiola is also known as golden root, and it's a plant that can sustain itself and against like the worst environmental stress. So when we eat rhodiola, we are able to combat environmental stressors, and we all know we have them, whether they're environmental pollutants, people pollutants, toxic things, toxic people, toxic food, not enough sleep, stress from anything, traffic. So those kinds of things happen, and the more that we need these sort of things to supplement our lifestyle so that we can use these, what is known as adaptogenic herbs, because they kind of know when they go in our bodies which direction they need to go in. If we need to calm down, they can help us calm. If we need to feel a little low, they kind of boost us up. So rhodiola, you can buy extract. I think Longevity Warehouse has it. And rhodiola not only combats stress, but improves mental clarity and mental function. So it helps you to be smarter, and it helps to burn fat. It's an anti-stressor, and it helps your memory and mental clarity. There's another one which I can't think of right now that's really funny. Well, anti-stress. That's a whole lot that I just said right there. So I like to incorporate rhodiola a lot, and I do so in my tonics, but I'm about to do a groundbreaking thing and perhaps put it into these coconut macaroons, as well as goji berry extract, goji berry powder, which is going to give us antioxidants, which are so good for us. Goji berry has a lot of antioxidants. So this could be a vanilla rose, goji, rhodiola, coconut macaroon. You're seeing it here. If you don't want to use those things or you don't have them yet, by all means, all you need is the coconut flakes, almond flour, coconut oil, and a sweetener of choice and a pinch of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and use, well, I'm using my coconut flakes from Wilderness Family Naturals. They have beautiful coconut flakes and they have beautiful coconut oil. That's what this is in the jar. That's funny, that's my pearl powder. Here is my, okay. So I can use, I'm gonna use equal parts of the coconut flakes to the almond flour. I can do a cup and a cup or half a cup. Let's do half a cup and see how that takes us, how full, you know. If I'm gonna do something, I usually wanna make enough to serve to friends that come over. So a half a cup might be good for just you. And then if you wanna double it, you can make it for more people. Make it double the recipe. So a cup and a cup. I'll probably use, if I use half a cup, I'll probably use a couple tablespoons of the sweetener and a couple tablespoons of the oil. I guess we can make a small batch and see. It just seems like such a small amount in there. I like to go big or go home. I'm always making too much. But it goes, I share, so it's really nice to have a cake plate full of coconut macaroons. A couple of tablespoons. This is just for our purposes to show you guys how to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and use my maple syrup. 1, 2, and then coconut oil. I have a lot of chocolate recipes up, and I'm lucky where I live. I get to go to Cafe Gratitude. They have desserts and Revolution, and I know some of you don't live where there's a lot of raw food places, so I intend to give you some recipes that will keep you interested in raw food. So we have that, put a couple pinches of salt. Now the vanilla is ground vanilla bean. I'll just use a little spoonful of that. Teaspoon, half a teaspoon. And I always have my roses and my candles going and beautiful music playing. Right now I have John Prine streaming on Pandora, and I walked into Johnny Cash playing. It's a fun station. Sometimes it's Spanish guitar. It's Spanish guitar when I make my chocolates. And sometimes it's just John Prine when I'm making food. Tom Waits and Jackson Browne. I love Jackson Browne. Okay, so we have this going on. Now I could go ahead and use my goji, because why not? And the rose. So you know, the rose is medicine flower. And I just use a couple drops. It's really strong. 3 maybe. And we'll have vanilla rose goji. That sounds really beautiful. As far as the medicinal herbs and the adaptogenic herbs, you can do a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon a person. So there's nothing wrong with adding a teaspoon and a half to this recipe. None of these are going to throw the flavor like, you know, if we use reishi mushroom, that could turn it bitter, and you got to adapt and make things fatter and sweeter to make the flavor balanced. But I'm going to add a little bit of rhodiola rosea. Okay. Now, I want to mention before I do anything else, you know what this is? Nectar. This woman is so dear to my heart. My friend Ami Beach, she makes the most beautiful, all natural, good for you, no toxins, no chemicals, essential oil fragrances, and angel wings is my favorite. I love all of them. Gaia and Amrita, and Jada loves them. And so if you want to treat yourself, if you want to be feminine, if you want to enjoy, and there's masculine scents too, there's scents for men. If you want to enjoy fragrance and know that you're doing the best thing for your body, because regular fragrances on the market have all kinds of toxins in them. You don't want to put that on your skin. Anything you put on your skin, you should be able to ingest. You don't mind having it in your bloodstream. So there's no point in doing all of this Well, there's to do all this raw food, you're detoxifying your body. So we need to be careful what we put on our skin and what we ingest. And I am in love with nectar. Link below. So, the candles, the roses, the nectar, the coconut flakes, the coconut oil, the vanilla, the rose. I mean, this is just all love. That's what raw food is to me. It's love for myself. It's nurturing myself. It's nurturing my friends and loved ones that come over here. And you guys, that's what it is to me. Give it a spin. So all we need to do is make sure that it is, and it does, is we want to make sure that it clumps together and you form a little ball, and then they're a little bit oily, but what's going to happen is when you put them, never mind the plane, when you put them in the refrigerator, the coconut oil solidifies again and it will become hard and you can chew into it. If you want to, you can just put a little plate of the coconut flakes and then roll your little macaroons in them, and you have a beautiful coconut coated vanilla rose goji rhodiola coconut macaroon. Oh, this is just, look at that. That's so exciting. I suppose I should taste one, yeah? And you can make teeny little ones, bite size, for parties, for kids. Kind of exciting. It's liberating to be able to make your desserts yourself, and it's so easy. So get creative. Okay. So good. Wow. This is what my friend Tristan was calling functional food. You're getting as much nutrients and help for your body in as possible, and it's beautiful. I would make it a little sweeter, I have to be honest with you. I would put a little bit, at this point, since it's moist enough, I would put in a little coconut sugar. I'm going to put in a little bit of this, half a tablespoon of something that has a little more solidity, like the coconut sugar granules themselves. Those are really good to have. Just a little sweeter. I like it sweet. So figure 3 tablespoons of maple syrup or 3 tablespoons of the coconut sugar, and there you have it. It's so good. So get your coconut macaroons on. Get your nectar on. Most definitely get your greens on. I will see you guys really soon.